Good day, everyone. This is another chemistry section, another class section with Aunty T, your dear, lovely Aunty T. So today, we're looking at the board. We have another interesting topic, which we are going to enjoy ourselves together in another lesson today. But before we proceed to today's lesson, let's quickly do a brief previous knowledge. Last class we looked at the definition of chemistry. We look at the what's it called again, the reason for studying chemistry. We also look at chemistry in our life. So today we are moving to scientific method. And before today's topic, I would like you to subscribe, to follow, to share, to like my YouTube channel. And as you do that, God bless you. So we have scientific method. And I remember I told you guys that chemistry is in three aspects. We have the objective, the theory, and the practical aspect. In practical aspects, you have to be going to be experimenting, and it's whatever you carry out that's going to you're going to put down as your inferences. So this scientific method is a way of studying a problem, a way of studying a problem. It's a way of studying a problem. And then as scientists, all scientists generally, they are always very alert and inquisitive. They want to know more, they want to learn more, they want to know the happenings around them, which is very good, which is very right. Scientific method is a way of studying a problem. There are some stages whereby this problem on the go, that to get actual solution to every problem. Now, I'll tell you, this scientific method is the basis to every chemical research. It's the one that leads to every chemical research. It helps in solving all those research and bringing out the cogent inferences, the cogent results. Now, you have a problem already set for you. The first thing that comes to your mind is, oh, how will I start guessing? You hypothesize. You give a tangible explanation that, okay, if I should do this problem like this, how am I going to get a result? So when you have a tangible explanation, or you hypothesize, you think of, okay, you experiment it. So when you carry out your experiment, you are able to get a tangible result. So if you're able to get a positive result, you don't stop there as a scientist. You need to do further experiment to be sure of your results. And after doing the further experiments, you don't stop there as well. You need to also look for another scientist to also help you to carry out the same experiment so that you ascertain your results. Once you do that, you are good to go. So, but let's say for instance, you carry out your experiment and you get a negative result. Scientists don't give up. We don't give up. You modify your hypothesis. You renew your hypothesis that, okay, let me do it in another way. Let me modify it. Let me bring another new way, or maybe let me do it in a bigger way. And when you do that, you now get a result. So every result leads to what we know as a theory. You have your theory, and then when you have your theory, you are good to go. So that is what I'll say about what scientific method. I hope you really get it. So scientific method is a way of studying a problem. Thank you. So after this, we now are going to move to the adverse. Okay, before moving to the adverse effects of chemistry, let's go to the uses of chemistry. The uses of chemistry. Chemistry is very good. It's very good. The first use of chemistry I will talk about is food. Number 2 is clothing. Number 3 is military. Number 4 is in space science. Number 5 is housing. Number 6 is transportation. And the last one I will talk about is medicine. So these are the uses of chemistry. The first one we have here, we have the food, we have the clothing, we have the military, we have the space science, we have the housing, we have transportation, and we have medicine. So if they ask you, itemize the use of chemistry. So maybe they ask to mention 5. You have 7 on the board that you can give them 5 out of all the 7. But in case they ask you to explain a little, let me give a little explanation on this. If you look at the food aspect, looking at the food, you know the pesticide and the insecticide that we put in our crops to increase the yield of crop produce. So we can talk about that for your food. Then looking at the clothing aspect, let's talk about what's called the man-made textile that we put on. The cloth that we put on is due to the result of chemical research. The next one is military. You know, military cannot work without ammunition. They support, they guide us with the ammunition. All this ammunition is based on the what? On chemistry. This ammunition they get is based on chemistry. All this bomb is chemistry. All this uranium. These are the radioactive elements I just mentioned. In space science as well, they are not left behind. In space science, they know more about other planets in the atmosphere. Also in housing, talking about housing, all these our building, you know, the cement we use is made from chemical industry, the brick, the concrete, the tiles, all these are made from chemical industry. In transportation, modern transportation nowadays, whereby we have your petrol, you have your what's it called, you have jet, you have aeroplane, you have your car. So for these things to function, they use all these petroleum fractions. Also in medicine, you know, in medicine, you need to take medicine to be healthy. All these are our drugs that we are taking. So in medicine, so that is how, those are the uses of chemistry. The first one is in food, clothing, military, space science, housing, transportation, and what? Medicine. You can see that chemistry is very good. It's very, very interesting. But you know what? There's nobody that has a good aspect that doesn't have a side, a negative aspect. Chemistry is good, but it also has its own bad aspect. We look at that now. We target adverse effects of chemistry. The adverse effects of chemistry. The first one, we have 3 major adverse effects of chemistry. The first one is corrosion of iron. The corrosion of iron. The second one is pollution. And the third one is drug abuse. So we have 3 adverse effects of chemistry. We have the corrosion of iron, the pollution and drug abuse. I quickly do justice to this 3 adverse effects of chemistry. The first one is the corrosion of iron. The corrosion of iron can also be called rusting of iron. Rusting of iron. And there are some things that make our iron to get rust. You know, I mentioned rusting of iron as one of the chemistry in our life. I remember that happens due to chemical reaction. So for our iron to get rust, it needs the presence of moisture and oxygen. And we can get oxygen from here. So moisture and oxygen makes our iron to get rust. This is one of the adverse effects of chemistry. The second one is pollution. You know, all the release of harmful substances from chemical industry. What is our chemical plants, chemical industry? The release of harmful, dirty substances to the environment. It pollutes the environment, everywhere smell from chemical industry. And the last one is the drug abuse. You know, I told you that one of these of chemistry is in medicine. You know, but due to the research of sciences, they're able to produce some drugs. If you look at our youth of nowadays, they're taking some hard drugs that are harmful to their health. It's just like heroin. We have the cocaine. We have the morphine. And we have acetyl. We have lots of them. that affects the life of the youth. So you can see we have three major adverse effects of chemistry: corrosion of iron, pollution, drug abuse. So today, I'm going to stop here for today's teaching, which I know that we all enjoy. If anybody asks you, because as we are moving, I would like us to have a note. So as you should have notes for this last section. We look at scientific method, the way of studying the problems of chemistry. We look at adverse effects of chemistry. That is good, that doesn't have a bad side. So, but I would like you to always what? Please kindly subscribe, like, follow, share, and also what? If there's a comment section, also comment to my YouTube channel. And as you do that, God bless you. I love you all. See you in the next class.